As you might have seen in my last video, I have some broken rails, so it's about time to change that setup. I'm first taking you guys along with me to my work, because I still have my working day, and then after that we're going to Goes to switch up all three of my one wheel setups. And I have this special box that doesn't even fit in the trunk anymore, but more about this later. So as a content creator, you often get these messages on Instagram or social media from companies that are asking you to be an ambassador. It's mostly products or companies that you don't even know, and they already think that it's a good match and they don't even know you. I mostly don't interact with such requests because it's mostly scams, especially if you get contacted in the one wheel world. There's a lot of scams by one wheel parts and stuff like that, so you really don't want to get into that. But last week I got contacted by a brand from which I have been using the product for a couple of years already. So I thought it was interesting. We went on a call with the team. So this company has a new product to release and they asked me to review some of their products. So that's what's in the box. If you want to know what's going on, stay tuned. So lately there's been a lot of buzz around our new office. It's kind of a strange space looking building, and I'm right passing it here on the freeway. So this is where we work. This is our spaceship. And that's where we're going right now. Hey, morning, Lisbeth. Hi. Right, let's go. Lots of stairs, very good for the health in the morning. And check it out. We already have the sunshine. Job done. On to the next location. I'm going to Goes to set up those one wheels. We just arrived at Goes' place. I got my growler set up ready. I have the Vizzle growler rails and I have the little duro for that build because I needed a small tire. And then what could be in the box? What will be in the box? It's a big box. Let's just open the box. I'm so curious on what the package will be. Dang! Oh. I already see some really cool stuff. So first off, we have a slick tire, an 11 by 6 by 6, perfectly my size. And we so this is the new Hoosier slick tire. This is one wheel specific, this tire. So they went out and about to make one wheel specific tires. Probably because there's a lot of third-party tires going on, and this, my friends, I've been looking forward for a few days on this. This is the 1166, but the new threaded tire. So it seems to resemble the old one, the T2 that I have. As you can see, it's pretty soft, pretty flexible. And that's how I like my tires. I like to play around. This is our shock absorbing tool. So soft tires are the way to go for me. And as you can see, the slick is also nice. And do we have a durometer on here? Is WH55. And there's also a 52 on here. So I'll need to look into the specs on which harness is the tire. As most of you know, I've been riding Hoosier tires for a long time. So it was really a no-brainer when these guys contacted me to send me some stuff and to test it out, because I've been so stoked about their material until now that I really am curious on what they did with these two tires. There's more. There's more. Aha! Some swag. And they sure know how to treat people at Hoosier. Check it out. Hoosier, a cap. Purple is my favorite color. And check it out. These things are just... There's more. There's more. Okay. We got some kind of a shirt here. Cool Hoosier shirt. And it's a nice and light one for the summer. So really, Hoosier, thank you so much for sending me this stuff. And let's just swap out the tires so that we can go out and test them properly. I do want to test the slick on the street, and I do want to test the treaded on the trails. So hopefully we get it done soon, and the weather is working with us, so we should be able to get some shredding in there. So hey-yo, let's go. How cool is that? I just love caps, and it's in my favorite color, purple. Really love it. Even got some prints on the inside, which I haven't seen much. So let's get them out of the plastic and start stripping apart onewheels. Too motivated. Smells like new rubber. I'm really curious what they did actually to improve it. I've sent a mail to Hoosier to ask them what specifically they have done to make this tire onewheel specific. So looking forward to that answer. From the first sight, out of the box, they seem pretty straight, what we are used to from Hoosier, and soft. Okay, so here we have the T2, the old tire that I'm used to riding, and here we have the new one, and it seems that the pattern on the two tires seems the same. We still have the 5 stripes next to each other, with one in the middle, and then the other stripes going that way. So the pattern is still the same. If you compare it, of course, the one on the onewheel is under pressure, so it is a bit more narrow, but it's exactly the same size. But it seems to compare pretty well. Definitely seems to be a softer compound because the tire is going very well over the hub. Now we just need to add the lifesavers, and that's also an interesting task to see how well this tire will be installed. So let's try it out and see what we can do with the lifesavers. All right, that was smooth. So 4 bar in total to get this bead popped, which is pretty nice. We've had some tires that we had to push up until 6 and above, which is always very dangerous. So very glad that this tire is very easy to install. Let's get that other tire off there. And this is gonna become a growler, so we're gonna put the little Duro on there. We're gonna change up the batteries. My CBXR is going into my Vesk machine, and then the stock battery is going into the growler to make it nice and light. But what I noticed when opening the Vesk controller, I have a 3D printed box like this, and you can already see that there's some damage to the box in a very specific place where it's very brittle. And this is the thing you have with these 3D boxes. They are alright to start riding, but once you go all at it or all out, then you definitely notice that they are breaking easily. So we're gonna definitely check out the float box. Rob, I'm coming for you. It's always a bit scary to see your onewheels like this, like totally apart. Luckily, Goose has a lot of experience, knows how to do these processes, and he's really helping us out in making sure that we can get them back together, which is quite important. My Vesk has a charge-only BMS, so I do want to keep that BMS on the Vesk. We definitely want to make sure that when charging, the balancing goes right, because we don't want these things to catch fire. This is actually my first time that I'm opening a battery box, so this would be Future Motion stock battery. And this is the CBXR, which you can definitely see pretty dirty from all the trail rides. As you can see, our seal that we made with silicone back in the day is still doing its job because it's still keeping it together. Although the screws are all gone, we still have the lid quite solid on there without any holes, which is definitely needed to keep that battery dry and keep it long lasting. That swap is already done, so we've actually changed the BMS to make sure that we still keep the CBXR box with the CBXR and the regular box with the regular one, because it was quite a hassle to get that CBXR in that box. So we're not going to start and switch that. Easier to just switch the BMSs and then just go for it. So the new tire is going on. Looks very similar like the older one, but it feels different. It went on a lot smoother, it feels a bit softer, So I guess it's made from a little less durable rubber, since we are not riding 120 kilometers per hour on the concrete like the kart tires do, because the originals are actually kart tires and we don't need that on a one wheel. We don't ride those speeds, and that can save some weight, make it a bit more smoother and a bit more lighter, I guess. We'll find out when we ride. We're about done with the Vesk, who has the new rubber, the threaded tire on there, and then the growler is outside. We're gonna put that together and we're gonna finish off with the slick tire. First machine done. Oh, fresh rubber. It's always nice to ride fresh rubber, and we're putting on the second one. Alright, that was at 2.5 and 3.5 bar that we got the bead popped on the little Duro. While we are at it, we're also gonna fix my flickering lights, because I've been having that for a while and I put them off just to be safe, because that can create sparks. And now we're just adding an extra layer to that connector, and it's already a little bit burned. As you can see, the one connector on the left shows some burn marks. So dangerous stuff. Definitely fix that if necessary, or if you have it, immediately turn off those lights until you can fix it. Woo! Quick fix. And I also have it on this controller. The future motion controllers are really sensitive to that, so we're gonna fix them both while we're at it. It's getting a bit colder and we're losing light. I'm currently undoing this one to get the slick tire, the new slick tire on there. So we already have the controller out to fix the lights. Goes is doing that while I'm gonna do all the rest on this machine. We just have to get one of these plates off, get the wheel out, change the tire, and then we're all set to go. All right. Getting that air out, now only that Schupapke has to go out, and then we can strip it of the old tire. It's almost dark. I hoped to be finished before the sundown, but upgrading 3 one wheels in a couple of hours is not that easy. We still had to eat something in between, still have to get that stomach filled. But we're almost there. We're getting closer. Just need to get these lifesavers on, put some air in there, and then put the 2 one wheels together. And then I will have a growler and my Bodhi Pro Steez set up with a new tire, because the other one was a second-hand tire that I got from a friend. So it will be good to ride some new rubber and to feel that grip coming up. Ooh, looking forward to that. Come on, yes. 3 new tires and a battery swap, and we'll be ready to go. We got that fresh Hoosier on here. It popped on 3.5 bars, so really cool. Nice fresh rubber. I was really due for some new rubber, so we finally got some. The little growler is coming to life. It's about midnight, but we got the 3 one wheels together. All are functioning, all the tires are on there. So we now have a Hoosier slick on the trick machine, a Hoosier threaded on the vest machine, and we have the little Duro on the growler. So I'm really looking forward to testing all these 3 machines. Hopefully this weekend we get some nice weather and we can shred all the way. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!